Hello and welcome. I am Annette Reeder from thebiblicalnutritionist.com, and today it's about foods that I want you to add to your menu that are going to help you stand up straighter, have a better posture. They're going to help you lower your blood pressure. They're going to help you have a beautiful smile and be able to love your family more. These are the foods I want on your menu today and every day. Yes, this is going to be a very tasty video. But before we get started, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, the bell next to it so you get notified every time we post new videos. And today it's all about calcium-rich foods and why you need these in your diet. Plus, you may not realize this video is sponsored by biblicalnutritionacademy.com, and that is where we host all of our classes. Yes, we have courses on how you can understand God's recipe for excellent health. Yes, so go to biblicalnutritionacademy.com and check it out for yourself. So today it's all about calcium-rich foods. Calcium-rich foods are going to improve your posture by keeping your bones strong. You're not going to have that curvature as you age. They're going to help your heart to beat stronger, which is going to therefore lower your blood pressure and help you to love your family more. Now here's a special reason why I want you to have these calcium-rich foods in your diet, and it's for women. Women, listen up. If you're between the ages of probably 12 and 50, you need to hear this, because a good supply of calcium and magnesium is going to help get rid of and greatly lessen PMS and cramps, okay? I told you this video is about loving your family more. Well, you can love your spouse more an extra week of the month, if you know what I mean. Yes, I wish somebody had told me this so many years ago. So that's really important. Now, I want you to realize just buying a supplement may not be the answer. You have to really research a supplement company and make sure it has all of the right minerals with it, because calcium requires minerals to work. Calcium is like a brick, and the minerals are the mortar to hold it all together. And so without the right minerals, we can have calcium deposits in kidney stones. But if you have calcium in the right blend, the right matrix, you're going to have strong teeth, strong bones, strong heart, strong love life. Yes, remember, you heard that here at the Biblical Nutritionist. So make sure if you're using supplements, you do your research that they are a good quality and they have the right blend. You don't just take calcium by itself. Now, we could also head to the grocery store and buy foods that God designed, because when God designed a food, we don't have to have a science degree to know, does it have my magnesium, my vitamin D, my boron, my manganese, all of those to make it work? No, because God already put all of those nutrients, all those minerals in. No science degree necessary, no PhD in nutrition is necessary to understand that what you need in your food to build a healthy, strong body is there for you, as long as you eat foods that God designed. Remember, it's man who likes to separate and monetize. It's God who likes to gather and multiply. So when we eat God's foods, we multiply the effect in our body. And that's the beauty of how God works. So before we go inside, let me just share this also with you. I want you to realize kidney stones are not a calcium problem. They are just an isolated calcium problem. In other words, your body's not metabolizing. And we need calcium foods because every day that you have a stool, you're removing at least 150 milligrams of calcium from your body. And also when you're with your kidneys, they process the calcium as well and eliminate. That's why this calcium is so important in your diet every day. You need at least 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams. So I'm going to show you what foods are going to be the highest and give you the best, pretty much your bang for your buck. Now let's look at what it says in Scripture. In Isaiah, it prophesied that Jesus would come eating honey and curds. Well, curds are our calcium food. And also in 2 Samuel, David would eat curds and other calcium-rich foods such as cheese. And so there's many stories that we can share around the dinner table when we're eating our calcium-rich foods. Okay, I've held you off long enough. Let's go in the store and check it out. Now remember, our goal for the day is between 1,000 milligrams and 1,500 milligrams. So we're gonna start in the dairy section because dairy is very high in calcium, and it also has, when the animals are raised correctly, it's going to give us the other nutrients that we need with it. Now, I was going to show you goat's milk, but they don't have any here at this store, so instead I'm showing you the goat cheese crumbles. I just love goat cheese. It has such a creamy texture. I love cooking with it. I love adding it to salads or to appetizers. So goat milk actually has 300 milligrams in 1 cup serving. So if I'm using cheese, I would still get that same value in the goat cheese. So think about that, 300 milligrams in a 1 cup serving. Now in milk, that's easier to drink than it is to eat a 1 cup serving of this. But still, if I had a half a cup of this or even a fourth of a cup on my salad, I would still get a good supply. Now yogurt is another good supply of calcium, but we want to be really careful. Now this is a brand I truly love, and I'm so glad they got it here. I actually prefer, though, if it wasn't already flavored with vanilla, I prefer an unflavored, but yet Nancy's Organic Probiotic Blend whole milk yogurt. This is an excellent yogurt to choose, but I am still looking for the non-vanilla flavor because it has added sugars and I don't really need the added sugars. But yet, the calcium in this, now it's telling you right here, just for 6-ounce serving, you're going to get 260 milligrams. Now there's going to be other nutrients in this as well. They do not include all of the nutrients, but you're going to get quite a lot. So yogurt is a good choice for this. Also, another good choice is cottage cheese. Now this is cottage cheese I buy every single week here at Tom Leonard's because I love this Nancy's brand. This has got high protein and they've added some probiotics in it. So I always love that. It's telling you that it's coming from pasture raised cows and family owned. Now we'll go to the back and we're seeing, actually they're not talking about the calcium. That doesn't mean it's not in there. It just means they didn't list it on the label. There's a lot of, this is like real estate. Everything on the label is like real estate. So not everyone is talking about calcium in cottage cheese, so they're not promoting it. That doesn't mean it's not in there, but it definitely is. In fact, cottage cheese has 230 milligrams per 1 cup serving. So that would be 100. It would be double what they're serving here, which would give you 160 calories, but your protein would then be up to 28. So you see why I believe cottage cheese, if it's organic, is just a healthy choice to add to the diet. Toss this in with some fresh fruit and you have a perfect lunch. Now, one more of these Nancy products that they have here is they don't always have it every week, so this week they do, and I'm going to grab it. It's the sour cream. Once again, this one is talking about the calcium. It's giving you 4% of your daily value. Typically, daily value, according to government standards, is going to be 800 milligrams a day. So you're going to get 4% of that just in the serving size, which is just 2 tablespoons. So sour cream, especially this one, which is live probiotics, organic, and it's coming from farm-raised cattle, grass-fed cattle, so gluten, non-GMO, USDA organic, got everything on it that we want. So if I wasn't making it myself, I'd buy it from here. So this is just a really good option. Now another rich supply of calcium, believe it or not, it comes in seafood. Our number one supplier would be sardines, which I don't see here at this fish counter. So canned sardines are actually going to give you 1,400 milligrams of calcium per day. So you might just want to eat a can of sardines every day and you'd be set. Now another option is going to be salmon. So we have 2 options here for the salmon. We have Atlantic salmon, you see right there, and then down on the far end we have some king salmon, which you see down there. Now king salmon, when I asked about it, it is actually a farm raised and not wild, but they are saying that this salmon here is wild caught. It doesn't say so on the sign, so I would ask double just to make sure. But salmon is a huge benefit for getting us some calcium. You can get up to 285 milligrams in just a 3-ounce serving of salmon. So wow, grab you some salmon, and if you're buying salmon in the can, make sure you eat the bones because that is calcium rich. Don't throw those away. Hey, but don't forget the leafy greens are high in calcium and magnesium, and collards have 360 milligrams per 1 cup serving. So you definitely want to be waving some palm branches or some collard branches in your diet today. Next would be our bok choy. Bok choy, and I know I've done videos on all of these, so I really want you to go back and check out those videos on how to serve these to your family this week. So bok choy is going to have 260 milligrams per 1 cup serving. This was so delicious in those recipes. Make sure you go back and check out that recipe video that I did on bok choy. That was amazing. Now, also don't forget the favored kale. I've got this growing in my yard, and yeah, you got to have kale in your diet. So this is going to have 210 milligrams per 1 cup serving. Now, if oxalates are an issue in your diet, you want to steam these first. And so, yeah, steaming them, you're still going to get calcium and the magnesium because they're minerals. They're not like vitamin C, which can be destroyed with heat. These are minerals that do really well in your diet. So get some greens in your diet today.
This video would not be complete unless I also shared with you that whole grains, beans and lentils and legumes also have calcium, magnesium. So you can see it must be very important to our body because God put it in every single food group. And I want to also point out that in the nutrition manual, this book that I've written, on page 27, I share with you what happens when we buy products with white flour. So there we have with white flour, you look down here for calcium, you lose 60% of the calcium when you're eating processed white flour into the baked goods that you're buying. So not only that, you're losing 85% of the magnesium, you're losing 89% of the fiber, and you wonder, how come we don't feel good? How come we have PMS and heart issues and blood pressure issues? Because we are eating floured products that have lost the entire nutritional value in them. And it's the same with the other foods I talked about too. When we buy them processed, we lose.
Well, I hope I've encouraged you to get some calcium-rich foods in your diet today. There are so many reasons. I didn't even list all of them. I just gave you the top 4 in my opinion, which is actually a top 5 if you throw in the PMS. That was just a bonus for all of my women friends. So I really want you to get these foods in your diet. I want you to share them with your family members, and you're always going to get the best value of nutrition when we're eating at home and cooking for ourselves, rather than buying foods from a restaurant or eating out at the drive-through. Same thing. So anyway, I just want to thank you for watching, and always remember, these foods are always going to get in your body and multiply the effect because that's the way God designed it. And that's because God loves you. He loves you with an everlasting love. He's loved you from the moment of conception. He knew you before you were even born. And that's important for us to understand in today's times because no one can take that love away from you. It is strictly between you and God, and He's there waiting for you. So remember, I'm here, Annette Reeder is the Biblical Nutritionist, serving you God's recipe for excellent health. Thanks for watching.
My husband's doctor was writing prescriptions faster than our hearts were beating with stress. Yet, could there be another way? Is there another answer? Well, that is when a friend suggested to me, Annette, go back into God's Word, start reading it differently, and start with the Daniel fast. Well, those words changed the trajectory of our lives. And 30 days later, we were prescription-free, 35 pounds lighter, combined total, lower cholesterol, lower triglycerides, and we knew that God had answered our prayer for greater health His way. Now, if you are praying for an answer on how to get started, I highly recommend the Daniel fast. First, go to the biblicalnutritionacademy.com website, click on the Daniel fast, and sign up. It's that easy. Plus, the link will be in the show notes below.